'cause you know I love you, right, baby?
You don't love me, you just love my doggy style.
Rappers locked back up due to lyrics. Well, rappers self-snitching on themselves in their own music to brag happens more often than you think. Lyrics that get used against them in court, causing life sentences at times. Allow us to break down who has done this in the past, and all those rappers who got locked back up due to their lyrics. So stay tuned, because the #1 spot is crazy. But before going on with our video, hit that subscribe button to watch more videos like this one. Now let's get going. Snoop Dogg. The D.O.G.G. was almost sent to the doghouse due to an altercation made back in 1993. Snoop Dogg, along with his bodyguard, McKinley Lee Akamali, were involved in gang-related incidents that led to the fatal shooting of a rival gang member, Philip Walter Merriam, aka Lil Smooth. Snoop Dogg and Malik spent the better part of the following 3 years at the center of a first-degree murder trial. So how did it all go down? Snoop and his crew, including Malik, were standing at the front of Snoop's apartment. Spotting a rival gang driving by, one of Snoop's posses flashed their gang sign at the car. Lil Smooth was enraged by the disrespect displayed, and tempers flared between the gang, which eventually ended in a fatal confrontation between Snoop, Malik, and Lil Smooth. According to Malik, as the argument escalated, Lil Smooth reached from behind him for his 380, which allegedly was tucked into his pants. To which, in that moment, Malik reacted to in self-defense, and he shot Lil Smooth dead. Directly after this, Snoop and Malik fled the scene and went into hiding. Months after the murder was committed, Snoop released his debut album, Doggy Style.
'Cause you know I love you, right, baby?
You don't love me, you just love my doggy style.
With all the controversy surrounding the rapper at the time, due to his murder trial, his album sales skyrocketed. Any Snoop fan would be familiar with the song Murder Was the Case by D.O.G.G., because the song literally tells the story of Snoop being convicted of murder and being shot. He makes a deal with the devil and he is resurrected. While the lyrics of the song were not officially used as evidence, but during one of the hearings, the judge played parts of this song during the closing arguments of the trial. In 1994, during the MTC Music Video Awards, Snoop had the guts to perform Murder Was the Case, and by the end of his performance, he bluntly announced to the world, "I'm innocent, I'm innocent." Bobby Shmurda. On December 17th in Midtown in New York, back in 2014, sirens echoed through the streets as police raided Quad Studios. They had long been investigating Bobby Shmurda and his involvement with the GS9 gang. B. Shmurda was in the middle of recording songs for his new album, surrounded by his GS9 entourage, when the officers stormed the studio. Bobby Shmurda was immediately arrested and charged with reckless endangerment, 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, conspiracy to commit murder in the 2nd degree, and 1 count of criminally using drug paraphernalia.
Man, it feels great. I feel like my dream just came true, man. I feel like I'm dreaming, matter of fact.
2 members of GS9 gang were also charged for murder of a rival gang member back in 2013. Police had reasons to believe that Bobby was the ringleader of the GS9 gang, which was responsible for several shootings, a murder, and trafficking. They believed the GS9 gang to be a smaller faction of the G-Stone Crips. According to Bobby, it is true that he and his crew technically grew up in G-Stone Crips territory, and by birth default, they were automatically and technically Crips members, and you are either with them or against them. However, Shmurda admitted that the GS9 members he was associated with were part of his group of close-knit childhood friends, and only focused on hip-hop. 6 months prior to his arrest, Bobby Shmurda released his first single, paying an associate $300 to create a low-budget video of B and his crew walking the local neighborhood while Bobby raps his lyrics. Of course, any rising rapper would want the film clip to their debut single to be a portrayal of his street reputation, with lyrics that reinforce rap credibility. So naturally, his video could not be complete without references to drug and gang violence. As Bobby's popularity soared high, his dancing in the video also went pretty viral, eventually being called the Shmoney Dance, which became a popular vine at the time. Bobby's videos and lyrics eventually helped law enforcement piece together evidence in connection with their investigation into the GS9 crew. Rapper Sibo. In what looked to be the first case of the 1990s of an artist being jailed for making a record, California rapper Sibo was arrested on charges that his lyrics violate the terms of his parole. Spokespeople at the California Department of Corrections contended that the rapper's lyrics managed to violate all those conditions, which they said the rapper agreed to upon his release from prison last summer after a weapons conviction. SIBO had since unsuccessfully appealed the condition 3 times, and his supporters say the parole condition is a violation of his right to free speech. What's he supposed to do for a living? Jack cars? Sell drugs? The rapper's publicist Phyllis Pollock questioned in pure frustration and annoyance. This is about art, not criminal activity, Pollock concluded. The American Civil Liberties Union of Northern California, which kept an eye on the case, agrees, calling the parole condition, quote, highly unusual and very disturbing. Authorities also said that SIBO's lyrics threaten specific political leaders, as well as the police in general, like on the track Deadly Game, on which SIBO raps, "You better swing, better swing, cause once you get your 3rd felony, yeah, 50 years you gotta bring. It's a deadly game of baseball, so when they try to pull you over, shoot 'em in the face, y'all." The Board of Corrections said that SIBO could face a maximum of 1 year in jail if he is found guilty of violating his parole. Spokespeople for the rapper said that he plans to appeal the arrest. Tay-K. Texas rapper Tamor Travin McIntyre, better and widely known as Tay-K, was eventually sentenced to 55 years in prison. The bittersweet irony of his life story is that his single debut, The Race, would launch his rap career, and simultaneously would be later used to end it. 21-year-old Ethan Walker was killed during a bundled home invasion in 2016. Tay-K and his friends gained entry to Walker's house after 2 women helped to set up Walker for a robbery of his drugs and money. During the invasion, Walker raised his hands to surrender, but instead, he was shot point blank. Tay-K's mission during the home invasion was to find the stash of money. Tay-K was charged with robbery and placed on house arrest while he awaited his trial. But however, he had other plans. He managed to remove his GPS ankle bracelet and evade the police for the following 3 months. While on the run with nothing to do, he shot and released a music video for his debut single, The Race. In the video and the song, he proudly brags about his participation and involvement in the fatal robbery. This was later used as evidence to implicate him in the crime. YNW Melly. YNW means Young World, and it was the prefix used for rap stage of Melly.
I got arrested in high school, but I got my GED.
And his 2 childhood best friends, Anthony Williams, aka YNW Sack Chaser, and Christopher Thomas Jr., aka YNW Juvie. Unbeknownst to them, or anyone, that their childhood friendship would conclude in a bloody mess, by Melly eventually killing his other 2 best friends. In October of 2015, Mello went to Vero Beach High School and fired a semi-auto at a group of teenagers. To this day, nobody knows what provoked his actions. But this incident led to Demons being charged with 1 count of discharging a firearm in public and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. During his time in jail, Melly wrote his famous Most song that he claimed it played repeatedly in my mind, and the song was Murder on My Mind, that went on going double platinum. After his release, Melly followed through in his jailhouse hit and recorded the song in 2016, eventually being released the following year. The lyrics depict brutal stories of Melly shooting a close friend, and then describe bloody details, watching his friend's terrifying last moments as he dies. After this song, he followed up with a song called Murder on My Mind, which is the same story, but told from the victim's point of view. Almost 2 years later, Melly killed 2 of his best friends. In a sickening twist, prior to killing his friends, Melly had each of their names tattooed on his face. In 2019, Melly was arrested and charged, and now he is spending his life in prison with a possible death penalty. What do you think of these rappers locked back up due to their lyrics? Let us know in the comments below. Forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content. Also, hit the bell icon button so that you'll get a notification whenever we post a new video.